Worry, worry, worry. Are you a worrier? I know I am. And of course, we all know, don't we, that worry is a complete waste of time. We know that in here, but in here's another matter. What am I pointing at? It's meant to be my heart. I need to be careful on these videos. I'm pointing at bits of my body. I was thinking about worry, okay, and all the things that I worry about. Who was it who said that 99% of things we worry about never come to pass and therefore it's a waste of time? I can't remember, but it's so true, isn't it? We just don't need to worry, but we do. I just want to talk about worrying to start with and what we worry about, and then share with you an exercise that helps me. It doesn't get rid of worry completely, but it does help me to put things into perspective. So let's go. What do you worry about? Let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know, because we all worry about different things, but then we all worry about the same things, don't we? And I think it really helps sometimes just to know that we're not alone in these things. Have you found that as you've got older, you worry more, or are you less prone to worry as you get older? I find that the more I've learned about life and the more I know, the more I worry. So I think I've always been a bit of a worrier, but I don't know. It's something that I have to come back to periodically and just give myself a little shake and say, come on, Jo, you just, you need to get a grip on this. It's not doing you any good. Because of course, if we're worrying, we're causing those stress hormones to be circulating in our bodies all the time. Worry makes us ill. So we do need to get a grip on it and to chase some of those demons away. So what do I worry about? Well, what don't I worry about? That would be a shorter list, but let's just talk about a couple. So I worry about my kids. They're all grown up. My youngest is 33, my eldest is 41, and then there are two in the middle of that as well. But I worry. One of my daughters, she lives in a private rental, and it's not good. It's just not good. She's got 3 little children in there, and the heating isn't good, the insulation isn't good, and when the wind whips across the fields, her carpet lifts. It's cold, really cold. And over this cold snap, she ran out of oil, and there was a problem. We've had snow here, and not you can tell now, but we've had snow, and there was a difficulty getting her oil delivery to her. So one night, I think it's been 2 nights, she's had no heating at all. And I said, you need to come and stay, and just come and sleep here. And she said, well, once we're all in bed, it's fine, And they've got alternative ways, but I worry. No need for me to worry. She's sorted it all out. I mean, I'm doing everybody a disservice by worrying about them. It's not my responsibility to make sure that her children are warm. It's hers and her husband's, and they've done it. They're perfectly capable. So there's a good example of needless worrying. I'm worried about my son. He's driving back to the north, where there are snowdrifts, and I've said, please text me when you get back. I mean, that's a natural, normal worry. If somebody you love is traveling and the weather's bad, that's pretty normal, isn't it? What else do I worry about? Oh, things like global warming. And I worry about all the kids in war zones, and I worry about those things that I can't do anything about, like starving children and bullying and women in dangerous situations, and anything really where somebody is in pain or in jeopardy. And that's a global worry, isn't it? It's not something that I can affect, because some things that you worry about, you can do something about. So you can go and volunteer, or you could go and demonstrate and so on, couldn't you? If that might make you feel better. Remember when my eldest was a little boy, and he was really worried about the fate of the elephants. I think at the time, I'm not sure what the situation is now actually, but at the time, a certain elephant was about to was dangerously low in numbers. So he was worried that the elephants were going to become extinct, and he loved elephants. And so I dealt with it by buying a membership to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, and he got sort of, you know, regular newsletters and things like that, and it did help a little bit because he felt that we were doing something about it. And I think sometimes it's that feeling of helplessness that makes worry so hard to deal with. I worry about illness, you know, I worry about becoming ill myself. I worry about somebody I love becoming ill. I worry about, you know, the illnesses of old age and Alzheimer's and things like that. And all I can do about that is make sure that I lead a relatively healthy lifestyle now, and don't indulge in those behaviours that can be a trigger for those things. So what can you do if, like me, sometimes your worrying gets out of control and affects your day-to-day life? There are lots of things, aren't there, that you can do psychologically. There are CBT, cognitive behaviour therapy, and so on, that you can do. There's all kinds of meditation and mindfulness, and those are great for long-term reducing worry. But sometimes I like to do something, I kind of live in my head a lot, and while it's useful to drop into my subconscious or into my heart space, etc., I do like to do something that just uses my brain. Sometimes it helps me because that's the way I operate. We're all different, aren't we? So I have, for those of us who sometimes have worry that gets out of control, I have a good old-fashioned notebook here, and I am going to try and just draw you a diagram that helps me, okay? Let's see if this is going to work. Let's see if I can draw a circle upside down. I don't hold out too much hope. Okay, can you see that? This is this is a circle. Imagine that this here, this is your home. So I'll write that on there, your home. And in the centre of your home, just here, is your hearth, your fireside, your warm, comfortable space, okay? And imagine that outside here is the world outside, and so this is the world outside. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. The world outside, this is your garden, and this is your hearth. So who's at your hearth? In your life, who is there at your hearth? So for me, I would put my husband there. I'd put my children there. If you put the names of the people, and I would put a little bit away from the hearth, because they're not my children, I would put my bonus children, and I would put my grandchildren. Now, the people at your hearth are the people you would throw yourself under a bus for if it was going to save them. I would throw myself under the bus for my grandchildren, without a doubt. But I'm putting them a little bit further away from my hearth because they're not my responsibility. They're not my moral responsibility. They're not my physical responsibility. They are the responsibility of their parents. Do you see where I'm going with this? So these are the people in my hearth, the people I am entitled to worry about. The people out here in the garden, they might be my friends. There might be some friends that are more important than family to me. There shouldn't really be more than a dozen people in here. I mean, a dozen is a lot. Friends, maybe groups, maybe you have a church group, maybe you have community, your town or your village. This is harder than I thought it was going to be, doing this back to front. So they're in your garden. So they are people that you, and things that you can worry about, but only at one remove. The inside your home, particularly here inside your hearth, that's where your worry energy can go. People out here, there's not much you can do to affect that. Certainly not to allow that to affect your own state of mind. And then out here, this is the rest of the world. So here are the wars, here's global warming, here's politics, here's everything outside of yourself that worries you, that you lose sleep over. They are removed from you. You are inured from these things when you are in your home by your hearth. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at here. I'm not sure how clear I'm being. These really are the circles of worry. So if you find yourself worrying about deforestation in the Amazon and the loss of the elephants and so on and so forth, they're admirable things to worry about. Campaign, send your money, do what you can to help, but don't waste your worry, because you need that energy to live your life and to be happy. And if you're spending all your time worrying about all these things that are outside your home that you can't affect, then my friend, you're not going to have a very happy life. So concentrate on the people at your hearth, the people that you love and that love you. And even then, worry is a waste of time. Save your energy for something more constructive, like loving those people. Take care.